we are live.
All right, everyone. Hello and welcome to the Bahrain GP, which is season 2, round 3 of tier 2. And if you want me to explain why I'm talking really fast right now, it's because we have a sprint race and one shot quali is going to begin in 8 seconds. So without any further ado, Gupta, take it away, co-commentator.
All right. Hello, guys. Hopefully you're doing good. We're gonna start very soon. Quite
And we've
excited for
already
the first
started.
ever sprint race.
We are
Yep.
going. We are going. I don't know why the game gives you this shitty.
Yep. Now I can tell who's running the best lowest down four setup. It's Mecha and Sid Venkatesh, top
Yeah.
two right now. Up to the first corner we come. Sid Venkatesh is now
Yeah.
the leader.
We are
He's looking
speed
quite quick.
wrapping this right now. I don't know why the game puts you in a
Yeah.
black screen for some reason. Only for one
Yep.
shot qualifying. This makes zero sense. But anyway, Vintage Player leads them into sector 1. It does tell us a bit about setups. Scott Park for me is off for this one because
Yeah.
it's impossible to police. It
Yep.
28.0, good first sector. It's between him and Chips right now. If you look,
Yeah.
they
And
keep
even
on.
look at the two Aston Martins. They're very
Oh,
close to the top.
Vintage is invalidated. Vintage is invalidated. So he
Oh
has
no, no
dropped.
way.
He has dropped like a stone. Chip Steamer now leads. It's very important to not invalidate it. Nice helmet there for Chip Steamer. Nice shout out. I will give him that. Meanwhile, Redstone as well on a lap right now. But it is still Chips who leads. Manan is all the way up to third. This is using your. Do not adjust your TV sets, ladies and gentlemen. He
Yeah,
is
we're not in the
in
third
third.
sector yet. The choking is yet to come.
Yes, here we go. Chips now. 1 minute 5.313 into this third sector. Now Manan is second. Oh, this is close. Now he's third again. This is gonna be a run to the line for pole. Meanwhile, Malav is fifth right now.
Is
So
it in
it's a
the
very.
26s or the 27s, the
Oh,
pole lap?
Manan is now second. This is so close between him and Risha. I think Chips Seaman just has enough on the rest of the field.
Yeah, I think so. It's gonna be about 27-1. Oh, it's
26.997.
26.9! Oh,
Oh,
that's so
and
close!
Redstone and Manan do the same lap time.
Wow,
Wow.
27.140.
So let me just explain this to you, the guys. It's not who sets the lap earliest. The game has a 5-digit denominator system, so that's why Manan is ahead because he might have set a 127.140.8, and Gredstone might have set a 127.140.9 or something like that. So the game is not bugged. That is just how it is. But
That is
yeah, that is.
mad. That's so close up front. That
Yes,
is
but
so
Gupta, just
close.
run us through the grid order once, because oh
Yep,
my
chip
god.
schema on pole, Manan joining him on the front row, not a choke yet. Redstone P3, Aston Martins P2 and P4, Smith Shah with P4. You can beat me P5, Quick Killer P6, Ace, Chugs, Easy Level Bot, About a Boy making up to the top 10. Mayank, Captain Hinkle, Sid, Venkatesh, Kalyan Verma, Abbi, Abdul Saman, Legit Rhino, other people to set lap times up to P17, Oxidize, Indic, and Vintage Player weren't able to set valid lap
Now
times.
Vintage plays on the disadvantage, isn't he? Now a five
Oh,
lapper to decide your
he's
pole.
good. He's good from back of the grid. I'm telling you right now.
Dude, 5 laps, you never know what could happen. We saw a lot of carnage in the first lap of a 5 lapper. I think this first lap is very crucial in this 5 lapper.
I believe in the tier 2 boys. They are a lot more sensible.
Yes.
And they like to take it easy, which is always good to see.
But as I was saying, the first lap very crucial in a 5 lapper race, Gupta, because this is basically the best chance for anyone to move a lot up the grid or to go down the grid as well. We are really gambling here with
Yep.
with the format.
Yep,
Chips,
absolutely.
I think, would have taken a comfortable pole and be on that front row right now, but we don't know. He could be starting last still
Yep.
as the 4. 5 red lights, Gupta, take it away.
Alright, the 5 light.
Alright, we seem to have lost Gupta for now, but I'll just lead you through it. The 5 red lights are out and we are underway. Chip Steamer gets a good race start and he has built up a massive gap. It is an absolute stonker of a gap. He's already 1.3 seconds ahead. Meanwhile, Quick Killer has gotten the jump on Manan. There is carnage behind. A lot of cars spun out. Unfortunately, I can't look at all of them. Vintage Player already up all the way to P13. What a start from him. Meanwhile, Chips has just bolted at this point, and Manan is now having to keep the very fast horse of Quick Killer behind him as we speak. Chips, though, he's coasting right now. Meanwhile, Derp has not gotten a good start at all. He's lost 3 positions, and Malav now makes it all the way up to P4 with Redstone in 5th now. There's a lot of carnage behind. That will have to be looked into. The Smith Shaw was one of the people caught in said carnage, as even Smith and Vintage Player, something's happened to him as well, because he lost 5 positions since we last spoke of him. Vintage now trying to go for P17 on Legit Rhino. Every position important. Remember, it is points for the top 5. But every position is important still because it gives you grid slots. Now.
But look at Chipski, he's so far ahead.
Yeah, he is just
Already.
bolted. Welcome back, Gupta. And I don't know what's happened to Vintage because he gained so many positions. Then he lost a lot of them.
Yeah, he did.
And now let's look
Even
at the position
Redstone,
changes.
I did not see what happened.
Yeah, I just think Redstone's had a bad start. Meanwhile, position loss, Smith Shah has lost 14 positions, and it was 15 until he overtook. Oxidize is pitting, so if he's retiring, that's him starting from last, and so is Legit Rhino. No, they're pitting for fresh. I mean, it doesn't really matter. But
they can just get a
I think they're just trying
practice
to,
laps
yeah, they're getting the
good.
race practice in. But yeah, for the position change graphics, Smith Shah is gaining places now. Indie Gamer has in 6 places, which is something I just noticed. Meanwhile, Manan doing a good job keeping his head here.
But the DRS is not activated yet. Quickiller is doing an amazing job.
And I think these guys have started to pull away a bit from Derb, but Derb he's one of those long lap runners. So maybe sprint quality not suiting his driving style. That could be a reason.
I mean, you never know.
Meanwhile, about the boy, Captain Hinkle. Ooh, that was a nice one there. They jostle for position up and down the order.
Oh, there's a bit of weaving by the Ferrari, but it's
I think
all
at that point in the corner, it was too late for anyone to make a move anyway. But look at that chip streamer. Yeah, unfair.
Yeah. But look at the easy level bot. He's attacking Redstone Derp. Redstone Derp is very vulnerable going into the next.
Yeah, and now DRS is going to be open, so you do know that the overtakes are going to start flowing in now. If they went already, look at Manan here. He's trying to break the
defensive line is here.
That is a very, very defensive line. No DRS here. Of course, you only get it on the second DRS zone of this lap, but after that you will have DRS for every single of one of the 3 zones here. And now Captain Hinkle about a boy. Round 2. They've kept it very respectful, and ooh, that is a nice one there from the captain. That is a brilliant overtaking move. And look at how close Quickiller is, but he doesn't overtake because he knows Malav is ready to pounce if he messes up. How much risk? Oh yes, there's
a yellow flag.
Oh, it's Sid Venkatesh who spun.
It's Sid.
Gupta, how much risk would you be taking, especially if we're in these higher positions right now? It is still, it is points, but.
If you're in the top 8, then just don't risk it. But if you're P6, you can go for that P5 and get that 1 extra point for the championship.
Yes, I would say look at how fast Captain Hinkle is right now. He is definitely looking on it. Look at the amount of... Oh, look at the defensive line there from Redstone. Very smart.
Very smart. Captain was asking about strategies. That was so late. Oh, there's some contact.
Just late. Slight contact, but I think that was okay. Now we go back to Quickiller versus Manan, and
the Haas is looking so racy right now, Vivek. That is incredible.
Oh, Abdul Samad trying to go around the outside of Kalyan Verma, and he goes wild. He hasn't made the corner. Oh, that is those two guys taking big risks. There is a position. Here we go, Quickiller POV. How much does Quickiller want to risk? Manan will happily give him the position here, of course, because then he'll get DRS and just get him back. Again, meanwhile, Redstone was easy level. They're going 3 wide. 3 wide. I always fear for the guy on the inside there.
Redstone stays ahead. Still, the positions have not changed.
Is Quickiller I think Quickiller is waiting for the last lap, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Very
and look
smart,
at that, Redstone is under attack now.
Again. On the inside of easy level point. No overtake for you. Ace and Captain Hinkle. Meanwhile, Ace has overtaken Captain Hinkle yet again. This is just...
and meanwhile, Indie
Gamer around the outside turns it into the inside. And now, what a move as Chugs goes a bit wide and loses the place Abhi as well. Now Chugs has to dive a bit off the inside and he gets the position back. What good, Ray. Clean as well. For the most part.
How did they go side by side through that section? That is very impressive.
You can see how much pace Indie Gamer has. Can he put it top 10?
I mean, he might.
He's got about a boy ahead of him. Meanwhile, I see the Renault of Kalyan Verma just not breaking for that corner. You could see from the wide shot there, and he's just hit the wall. So he will be starting last. Indie Gamer has overtaken about a boy. Abhi and Chugs once again, but Abhi this time reclaims his position. And now, for the last time, we go to this 3-way battle. Manan, Quickiller, Mala.
Look at easy level bot Redstone and the Williams.
I just don't know who to cover at this point. I'm just going to cover the entire straight line. Let's see.
The Quickiller. on Manan. He's going on the
Quick
inside,
killer,
and
he's
Manan is
going
out
on
of
the inside
VRS.
and Manan knows he can keep it because there's going to be another DRS zone immediately. Redstone is overtaken by 2 cars though, and can Manan get a
Yeah.
good exit? No, he cannot. Now he's going to be under threat
Captain
from
Inkle also gets
Malav.
a move done.
Malav now goes down the inside, down the outside. I mean inside, yeah. A bit confused there, but now easy level trying to break slipstream from Mayank, and he has done just that. Manan and Malav going
Malav
side
and
by
Manan
side.
are still side by
They've
side.
already collided once this season, and Smith Shah is around. I don't know what happened there. There's just too much to cover. Meanwhile, Quick Killer
No.
seems to have broken the will of these two, and now and so has easy level to be frank. So it is Redstone versus the rest. Mayank versus the rest of the pack for P6.
Captain might get another position if he's a bit cheeky there.
Yeah, and Indian Gamer has gone all the way up to P10 and he was looking very racy. Now will Malav have one last go at Manan? No, he doesn't.
Not yet. Both of them are out of VRS.
Yeah, everyone is on the bleeding edge of battery usage now. But one guy who I haven't spoken to for a long time, it is Chips. He's got a good race start. Just needed to do just that, and he has done that. And meanwhile, Malav gets a very good run. And meanwhile, Captain Hinkle and Restaurant Club going side by side, and Captain Hinkle has gotten that position. Manan versus Malav. Malav last corner. Is he going to try and sabotage Manan's
it's
exit?
very close.
Oh, he's going to be a dash to the line.
Chipsky has won this first sprint race, but the fight for P2 is still on.
So
Manan will just get it.
Just get it.
P3.
And Captain Hinkle, what a master. He's done it on the last lap. He's gained a position on Redstone. So Hinkle.
Oh my god, he nearly even had Mayank. That was so well done by Hinkle.
Alright, let's look at position changes now. Indian Gamer, the biggest winner in all of this. He's gained 9 positions. He was 19th.
And About a Boy with 8.
Starting 10th. Vintage with 8 actually. About a Boy has lost 3.
Bad.
Up front, you've seen Mayank and Hinkle gain 5 and Redstone loses 5. Meanwhile, Quick Killer gains 4 and Manan loses 1.
The Haas is looking racy, aren't they?
Yeah, but it was brilliant. It was brilliant 5-lap management from Quick Killer and his level bot. Those open lobbies have really paid off in terms of how to manage your battery life.
But very clean. I'm impressed. This was a very clean.
Yeah.
The amount of battles we had and
About a Boy
I think
had
nearly
damage
everyone finished the race.
early on in that race. So the fact that he was still able to just keep the car going, 13th, still a good enough starting spot. You never know what's going to happen. We have the long run in now. And wow, that was definitely something. And just take a screen capture of this Gupta because we will be setting up the custom grid now for the 50%
I have it on my mobile phone.
Nothing unusual about this now. Now it's just the standard. It's free tire choice for everyone, of course. You can see Redstone Dubs is really struggling. His
just
best
make sure that
attempt is
everyone started on softs. If I'm correct. Yep, everyone is on softs, so everything's good. Because the drivers were instructed to start on softs only, no medium tires as real life. Everyone has to qualify on the softs if it's a sprint quali.
I don't think you can even change your starting tire to anything.
Yeah, if you don't do your one-shot quali on mediums, you will start on the softs. It's basically that.
So anyway, running order for the race. Chips Yema in first, Quick Killer second, Manan third. That makes up the podium. Malav and Easy Level Bot making up the last of the points finishes. Mayank Hinkle from way down the order getting a good positions up the grid. Restaurant reverse of that for him. Ace in P9 losing 2 positions. Indic Gamer, the biggest gainer out of any one of them. Abhi in 11th, Vintage 12th, About a Boy 13th, Abdul Samad 14th, Chuck Spam 15th, Smith 16th, Sid Venkatesh 17th, Oxlade 18th, Legit Rhino 19th, and then Kalyan Verma who unfortunately DNF'd in this 5-lap run. Oh, that was definitely something exhilarating. Last season round in Bahrain, not very memorable for Mercedes, Thakurwa says. I'm being agree with this on that one. If you remember that, if you remember your LOS history now, this will be on the test. So do read up on it. But yeah, what a session from everyone really involved, and just a bit of time now as we set up the custom grid. But Gupta, what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, it was very impressive. The way the drivers kept it
Very
clean throughout.
It's very clean.
Yeah.
It's very clean.
I mean, I love the Haas's, to be honest. They were very racy tonight, and the Aston's looking good as well. So yeah, hopefully a good race.
I think a different team got all the 5 positions. So nobody, the same team not the same team being in the top 5. I mean,
and the championship leader just missing out on points. Mayank P6, so yeah, very close. So Smith, if you're ready for with the settings, Then I can start dictating the grid.
Yeah, you can tell me. I am anyways at the grid editor, so yeah.
Alright, so chip schema, we can take him to the top. He's starting on pole. Meanwhile, we can check the other settings about related to the lobby. Alright, the quick killer
formation lab just needs to be on. Wonder which idiot would forget that.
Yep, so formation lab has to be turned on. We'll do that as soon as we set up the grid.
And yeah, coming back to that quality thing. Now teams, this is a different sphere. This is basically a lobby restart for them, and we haven't had many of those in recent memory.
Yeah.
Despite this game servers, you'd be surprised. We haven't had that many lobby restarts. So there will be very different task strategies.
Right.
There will be very different task strategies here. I feel like someone's gonna take a gamble, especially if we're lower down.
Yep, definitely. Smith, if you're ready with the top two, I can go with the drivers below them.
Can you look for easy level bot? I don't see him.
Oh, easy level bot is P5 and he should be there.
Yeah, I don't see him on the grid. Unfortunately, what went wrong?
He is P5.
I see you for some reason as a driver.
Oh, wait, I am back onto a spectator. So now you must be able to see easy level bot.
No, I see only 19 drivers. Easy level bot.
Oh, easy level bot has left the session. That's the thing.
Could you? Yeah, could you please invite?
Yeah,
him?
I'll just send him an invite.
Send him the invitation. But on this, people watching right now, we have 9 people watching. Some very mundane lobby setting up stuff, but important nonetheless. Any predictions for the full race now? Now that we have the grid set up.
I can't predict anything, I'll be very honest, but I think so drivers like Vintage Player, even though they are quite far behind, Vintage Player and Smith not having the best of sprint races,
I think Vintage Player had a pretty good sprint race considering that he was dead last in one shot.
No, but he's still not that far ahead. Usually we see these drivers up ahead.
It's a bit like the Lewis Hamilton thing, where it's sort of somewhat saved his bad time lap in Brazil, because he got to overtake some cars just now.
I don't see easy level online, and he's one of those drivers who are always online.
Talk about his Chips, Easy and Malav. Of course, this depends on easy level being able to join this lobby again. In which case, everyone will be bumped up.
His Wi-Fi has restarted, so he's joining. He just said it.
Of course, if easy level cannot make it, then everyone will be bumped up one grid slot. That is how that works. If you remember, Charles Leclerc not being able to start the race in Monaco.
Smith, meanwhile, if you want to take me to the rest of the grid, just to double check.
Yeah,
right?
So I am. So first is Chips, second is Quick Killer, third would be Manan. I'll just move up Manan. And then we have You Can Beat Me, who's fourth, and then we have Easy Level Bot, so let's wait for him. Then we have Mayank on P6, Captain Hinkle would be on P7. Then we have Redstone Derp on P8. Just give me a moment, I'll just put him on P8. Then we have Ace on P9, just a second. Alright, Ace goes P9. Then we have Abhi P10. We have Indic Gamer P10. It's because now that he is missing, the entire grid is like just jumbling up. So once he joins, I guess I'll be
we'll set up everything. We'll just push him to P5.
So let's go from bottom then. So okay, even bottom is like Kalyan Verma would be 19.
That's right. So we were at Indic Gamer. Behind Ace. Then we have Abhi after Indic Gamer.
And Indic Gamer would be P10, right?
We don't know nothing about the formation lab. Just setting up the grid right now. So please be a bit patient.
So we have Abhi after Indic Gamer. Then we've got Vintage Player.
Then we have Vintage. Just a second.
Indic, Abhi, Vintage. If that's the order you have as well.
So Vintage is P12.
Then About a Boy.
It's kind of messing up because this guy isn't here. So
no, we just arrange it because as soon as Easy Level Bot joins, we bump him up to 5th and then we just go, because we are already waiting for him and it's taking a lot of time.
So that's what I'm saying. So whoever I'm moving, it's actually moving one position
Yeah,
above.
That is how it works for now. When you move him to P5, everyone will go one place
so
down
as soon
automatically.
as easy level joins, he'll be pushed down to P20, and then all we have to do is just pump him up to P5. That's
And
it.
of course, if he doesn't join, then everyone is just gonna be one spot ahead.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, after Indic Gamer, we have Abhi, I guess.
Yeah.
Then after Abhi, we have Vintage.
Yep. And easy level bot has joined, so if you want to bump him up, you can do it now.
Yeah. Let's do that. Let's do that right away.
Meanwhile, Gupta, just provide a bit of update on the challenges, because the gracious Shadow Sword has finally given.
Oh, he has. I will talk about it. Vivix, why don't you start with it? Tell me about some of the challenges that you are looking forward to.
I mean, one of these is negated because Larry hasn't shown up. So Chuck versus Larry for the 50 will not be happening today. It will happen next week if he shows up.
Mock drivers going against each other. That's quite funny.
It's Sid versus Malav Massey for 100 sandbags, and that is looking good for Malav right now. But of course, you never know. Quick Killer versus Malav, that is gonna be interesting.
That's gonna be very interesting. I'm gonna watch that.
For 25 and Quick Killer versus
and they have to win the race. They have to finish the race. That's a big thing as well.
And Quick Killer versus Ace, which is looking Quick Killer
Smith,
I guess we are done over here.
Let's just go with the entire grid once. The order. I'll dictate it. You just say if it's right or wrong.
Yeah.
All right. So Chip Schema on top. Then we have Quick Killer, Manan. Then Malav, you can beat me. Then we have Easy Level Bot. After that, we have Mayank in P6, Captain Ink in P7, Redstone P8, Ace P9, Indic Gamer P10, Abhi P11, Vintage Player P12, About a Boy P13. Then we've got P14 Abdul Samad, P15 Jugs, P16 we've got Smitsha, P17 we've got Sid Venkatesh, P18 Oxidized Rage, P19 Legend Rhino, and P20 Kalyan Verma.
And Smith just turn on the formation lap now, and I think AI difficulty does stay at 60 anyway, so that does not need change.
Yeah, that stays at 60. Just the formation lap has to be on. I think so. The safety car is on.
It just turns on by itself. So just turn the formation lap on, and we can go underway with this.
Again, formation lap is under rules and flags, so
it is at the end of rules and flags.
But again, safety car is standard.
Just sorry for this, but that takes a bit of admin work. You got to see some exciting races.
Alright,
I think you can take this straight.
Everything's good, and we can start.
Alright, guys, I'll leave it to you all. Thank you.
Alright, best of luck, Smith. Have a great race.
In your race, I hope you give us entertainment.
Yeah, well, the first lap of sprint was entertainment. But anyways, I'll see you guys.
Yeah. Alright, I'm just looking forward for Shadows challenges. We were talking about, alright, not a lot of challenges, but we have 4 challenges.
A lot of people don't want to bet too heavy on an unpredictable.
2 of them are with Quick Killer and Malav, so they are surrounded by challenges. Sid versus Malav, Quick Killer versus Malav, and Quick Killer versus Ace. So only 5 drivers, if I'm right, or no, 4 drivers only that are involved in challenges tonight. So interesting ones. People are taking it easy in tier 2. Tier 1, there are some mad lads who just go all in.
I think Ramonit is close to 1,000 already. And I think he had 350 from the first race weekend. An absolute chat.
I've been talking about T1. Hushav is just dominating in the points table. So Ramonit has to do it somewhere else. We know Ramonit how quick he can be, and he is. So it's gonna be interesting between the 2 of them. 15 more races left, so it's a very long season.
It's a very long calendar. Even I think if someone was 100 points clear right now, we wouldn't call it job and predictable.
Oh yeah, you just can't. You just can't. But I think that the drivers are now choosing their tires. This is gonna be important, especially around a track like Bahrain, where tire wear is quite high. One stop is possible, but it's at the it's at the high tire wear edge, and you have to be very careful with the pace. You can't push too hard if you're going for that soft medium one stop.
No, it is the calm before the storm.
I mean, drivers have to load up their setups. That's important, because if you miss loading up your setup, you can have a very bad race.
A very, very noob move. and that we will be laughing at that guy.
Some drivers are
going
already
into
readied up. They are
Yeah,
just excited.
oh yeah, and that might be a tactic.
Yeah, because you know your opponent can get a bit distracted with the timer on top because at 30 seconds, even though 30 seconds is a long period of time just to do 3 or 4 adjustments, it just seems too short when you are a driver. You have to do everything. You have to think it through. What are you gonna do for the next 45 minutes?
Yeah,
But yeah,
true.
let's just look at the tire situation, Vivix.
And yes, we are finally underway. And in terms of tires, top two going mediums, but Manan is on soft tires there, and Manav also on mediums. But then you have three cars just behind him, all on softs. Redstone
Yeah.
on the mediums, and then the two other guys on soft. So we have four mediums and six soft runners at the front. And
Yeah.
behind 11th, Abhi is on soft, but the guys around him, 12th and 13th on the Abhi's on medium, sorry, and 12th and 13th on softs. Abdul Samad in 14th on the mediums, Chugs on
Yeah.
softs, Smith, Sid, Oxidize on mediums, Legit Rhino in 19th on softs, and Kalyan on mediums. So no hard tire representation here.
Not at all. It's 10 runners on soft tires and 10 runners on the medium
And
tires. So
remember,
there
everyone
is
has
no alternate
fresh
strategy.
tires here.
Yeah, fresh
So
tires too.
there's no danger. I think the softs are more appealing, but what do you think? I think I personally still would have gone for the mediums. It's a
I mean, either you could have gone for the mediums and gone for the Azun strat. If there's a safety car, you pit twice, once for the softs, and this next lap you go for the mediums again. So you basically said, "Oh my God, quick killer for me!" had gone into the wall. There was a big moment of flag.
yeah. I just think you need to stop scaring the viewers.
Yeah, I'm giving people a lot of jump scares. But maybe that's a part of our comms box. Look at the gap the top 5 have from each other. It's I guess Chipski was just gunning it. He doesn't care if it's a formation lap or not. He's
And
in the
to
flow of
answer
the
your
5
question,
lapper.
Thakurwa, the consequences of winning and losing sandbags will be revealed later. But there are some interesting
Very soon.
parameters
Yep.
to
Look
what we're
forward to week
talking
7, week 8.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some interesting revelations.
This new format makes it so much more interesting. I couldn't agree more. That was a very fun 5-lapper that we had. And they were racing for qualifying position. And I don't know what counts as the pole. Does the guy who are we going by pole sitter as in fastest in one shot, or are we going by pole sitter fastest, the guy who finishes first in the 5-lappers?
So the pole sitter will be considered as the person who finishes on top at the end of the 5 lap because he will be starting the main race, the main event as the pole sitter. So he is the pole sitter in that way. But I think so. The cars are nearly lined up. I am on board with Kalyan Verma. He is on his grid spot, so we are going to be going underway very soon.
I'm going to be watching Anand on this start. He should be getting a rocket up this grid.
Yeah, he has to. He has to make it work. Alright, as the 5 lights are coming up,
Take it away.
The engines are roaring at the desert. What do we have? 5 lights out and away we go. Switch already has a drive-through at a jump start. Quick killer with an amazing start. He is going to get in front of Chip Schema. Chip Schema not having the best of starts. Meanwhile, Chip Schema is now coming back at him, but Quick Killer will take the lead going into turn 1. What a start by him. Captain Hinkle out of nowhere is up to P3. What a start by Captain.
And Manan and Malav, these two, no one can keep them apart right now, it seems. Hopefully, everyone's made it in one piece.
Manan is going for it, but now he has to back out. It was quite a late move that Manan was taking. But meanwhile, Indic Gamer and About a Boy, there's a 3-wide competition.
This is a very interesting challenges happening right now. But Quick Killer has done what he didn't. Has done what the others couldn't do in the sprint, which is get that position from Chips Shima, and now Chips will have to fight for it.
And he's under pressure from Captain Hinkle.
And the Haas boys 1 and 3. Captain Hinkle, take a bounce and what?
Look at that, Quick Killer went a bit too wide,
and that cost you time as well. It saves your warning, but it costs you a lot of time. Look at how much time lost to this lane. And now Manan, I think he got a good launch, but because of Chips' slow launch, he was forced to just hold himself back. Meanwhile, Redstone and Mayank fighting for P9 right now. They go side by side. Mayank
these are championship contenders as well. So
Captain Hinkle, meanwhile, look, he's someone who's been really waiting.
He might go for it already.
And I think a tactical swap will come in at Haas now. Because they
switch
want
back
to.
from Chip Schema. Can he get the move done on Captain?
No, he will have
I think
to
so. I
burn
think so.
all-
Quick Killer is gonna help him out with that,
Yeah,
with the slipstream.
this is gone. I think a
It's a
tactical
Haas
swap is
1-2.
coming
It's
any
my
lap
pet
now.
dream, boys.
Yes.
It's my pet dream.
Hopefully down the inside he tries to go. Hinkle does leave him space, and they go side by side. But the grip on those softs right now just too much to contend with. And speaking of the grip on softs, is Manan going to try and come back at Malav? No, he's not for the meantime. And I think a tactical swap is coming.
Three drivers into the pits. Smith are going for the hards, and about the
I think
boy
Smith,
on the hards
that's
as
Smith
well.
serving his drive-through. For jumping the
my
sand.
bad. It's about the boy on hards, not Smith Shah.
Usman Manan.
Oh my God, Manan. I mean, it's still a long race. His front wing looks intact, so he's not
just the I think that's a Seb Vettel spin from a couple of years back. It's too much.
Now, will Quick Killer let Captain Hinkle by? Because DRS will be activated very soon. Oh, Smith Shah has had another spin. Oh my God.
Oh, more like spin Shah right now.
I feel bad for him.
Yeah, and more like spin Shah right now. To be honest with that, but yeah, let's just see. I think it would be in Haas's best interest to switch up the cars right now. Meanwhile, Mayank has gone all the way up to
but the
P7,
issue
so
I have to say is Chip Schema is very close. Quick Killer can be very vulnerable if he slows down a bit too much on Captain Hinkle.
I don't think he's going to slow down. I just think he's not going to defend against him. And then they're going to try and DRS each other away from the rest of the pack. Very smart strategy. Because they're basically on the same strat as well, but just on different tires right now.
And right now Captain Hinkle is the biggest gainer with 5 positions, and it's going to become 6 as they change positions.
This does happen. And now Quick Killer he's not going to try and fight Captain Hinkle.
All he needs to do is just follow his teammate, that's it.
Yeah, and you know, will we see a duel in the desert like we saw in 2014 in real life? Meanwhile, Abhi doesn't go on the inside of Redstone. Meanwhile, Vintage player has easy picked up a position. There is some tire banging there, and then, but nothing too drastic.
Abhi might
level
be going for a move on
down the
Redstone.
inside. Nice move there. And
Abhi going for a move on.
We have our customary Honda brigade here.
Absolutely. Oh, look at Abhi and Redstone. They are so. Oh my God, they're going
side by side there. To take there. And,
Redstone nearly losing his car. That was. Oh my
slight
God.
Moment, but that is basically how that ends up being. Man, he hasn't lost that much time because those guys haven't battling. He's now joined up with this pack. So,
good for Manan. The Honda cars are going mad.
He's now pulling away.
The battle behind Mifix, we can't focus on front.
Oh my God, the barrier's fallen down. Oh, now
he's going side by side. It looks like they're driving in formation.
Oh my God, Honda Brigade doesn't disappoint. Let Mayank build a 4-second gap to them, and I'm pretty sure he got the overtake done last lap. So now
Abhi is feeling left out. Yeah. He needs that Honda engine as well.
Ace versus easy level now. This is another battle that has been brewing.
And Manan is going for a move on Inter Gamer. That is a very awkward position to go for a move, but will he get it done?
Yes, he does. And if you look at it, Captain Hinkle's gained 6 places. Of course, he's the biggest winner, and Manan with that spin is the biggest loser so far.
Easy level bot now on Ace. He has completed the move.
That's a textbook classic maneuver, and Ace knows that he's going to get DRS back, so there's no point really. But he has a snap of. And Quick Killer has just broken Captain Hinkle's DRS, so I don't think that's in the plans.
Index has got front wing damage, so he has to pit.
What do you think about this? Because he has broken a second, so is Quick Killer just letting him go ahead right now? Because he knows that
maybe Quick Killer is not able to keep up. Because the first 5-6 laps at Bahrain especially, the soft tires are just too good.
Yeah, now that the gaps, now that no one is battling for now, at least we can just talk a bit about strats, so that could be interesting. I think he's trying to be a nice team. Both are trying to be team players right now. They want to get this threat of chips because we saw how quick he was when he's in clean air. So
and Malav is not that far behind either. That's the thing.
Yeah. And Malav has broken easy level by some distance right now, but the softs are still the better tires so far.
Yeah,
absolutely. There's a moment there for Abdul Samad in the Alfa Romeo that I just caught that.
Oh, look at the Honda battle again. Redstone and Chucks.
Redstone it is. Oh yeah, it is Redstone and Chucks. But Abhi is also in this. So they can't risk too much. Look at how earlier Abhi is braking compared to Redstone. But look at how much more straight line speed he has compared to Redstone. So this is philosophies of setups mattering, and now will Quick Killer get overtaken by chips? Yes, he does. Will Malav try and have a go? I think he's a bit too far back, but that is a bit smart from Quick Killer because he knows that there's a connecting DRS zone here as well. starting
There was
Mexico
no
where.
need to fight it, and I think so. Quick Killer will
And
have
meanwhile, Redstone
DRS.
up around the inside of Abhi. Is Chuck's gonna have a look? Yes, he is as well. So Abhi lost 2 positions. And
Not ideal
now
for a B.
Chugs versus Redstone. We go into this battle. It's down the inside, and it is a comfortable overtake. So Chugs, the big gainer, Redstone
Yep.
still staying P10, and Abhi, the big loser there in that particular battle. Oh. Gupta must
now,
have his pants down with the current standings. I mean, a couple of laps ago he would have shouted.
but whatever it is, whether the pants are down or up, I don't know. The main thing is, Chip Schema is actually catching up to Captain Inkle. He might just get in within that 1 second. He might be deploying ERS, but he knows that within the next 2-3 laps, Captain Inkle will
Yeah,
be
and the
slower
tires
than.
are starting to fall, and Quick Killer can't keep up right now, and he's
Yep.
more in
Oh,
threat
there's a yellow
on
flag.
Malav.
This is
Oh,
perfect
there's
for
a spinner.
Captain
It's
Inkle.
Mayank. It's Mayank.
Yeah,
The championship leader
the championship leader. Oh my god.
with a
Oh,
spin.
Does he have
Hopefully,
front wing damage? I'm gonna look into it. No, he does
looking
not.
at the end
The end
plates.
plates are intact. They
Yeah,
are intact.
and now Malav
But
is gonna try and
yeah,
look
Balav is
for a
gonna
move.
attack Quick Killer. Will Quick Killer be hunted? These two do have a challenge against each other.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun. The sandbag challenge system coming into play here, but both of them have
Yep.
DRS, so it's very tough to get anything. And now
I
Hinkle
mean,
is
even Chips
started to back up the
does
pack.
have DRS.
Has started to back up the pack. Was this the plan from the Haas boys? Because
Oh
Quick
no,
Killer
Quick
spin!
Killer! Oh no, no! Oh, he kept it running. He kept it running. He's still there. He's still there.
Does he have what sort of damage will he
I'll
have?
tell you. I'll update. He does
The
not seem
front
to
wing
have
seem to be
no.
intact. I hope
It's
he doesn't
intact. It's
have.
completely intact. The
I hope he
plates are
doesn't
still
have
there.
side pod or body damage,
Yeah.
but that is a big blow to the Haas plans right
Not at
now.
all ideal.
And
Especially
all
how
of a
well
sudden,
Quick Killer was
it
doing.
was as soon as Captain Hinkle was starting to push the pace as well, so Chips couldn't be in his DRS.
Yep, Malav gaining some good amount. Oh, look at Mayank and Redstone again. They're back at it.
Oh, that is a nice one there. This is ooh,
Redstone
just,
had to move off the track just a little bit.
this is very fun. And ooh, I thought I saw a car going by,
But I have to say, Captain Inkle was asking us about the strategies, about hard tires, about medium tires. Let's see, will he go for those hard tires? Will he go for the medium tires? Because he was taking in as much data as possible.
Yeah, and look at this. Malav is now within a second of Chips, but Chips is not within a second of Captain Hinkle. Hinkle
And
seems to have very
Chips is
good
already
race
out of
pace.
ERS. Malav does seem to have some ERS, at least more than Chips, because Malav's light was not blinking. So that's going to be
Let us see
interesting.
now from the Malav POV. He will notice the light if it is blinking, and it definitely is blinking.
Yep.
You know, Captain
Malav gaining,
Hinkle,
but not enough.
you would have thought the tires would have started going by now, but it really, because others are battling around him, it's really not coming under.
Yeah, he's
as much
doing a
threat as
stellar
it-
job.
by this
Vivek,
point.
I have to
And
say that.
meanwhile, Chugs and Mayank and these guys is trying to battle. Luckily
They
for
can't be
Quick Killer,
separated.
he managed to come out at a spot where he wasn't in the battle, but he might have damage because he's losing a lot of time. As soon as I say that, he gains
Yep,
like half a
yep.
second on somebody through a traction zone.
Oh, look
So-
at that. They're so close to each other.
Oh,
Is Redstone thinking
Mayank
of a
and
move?
Mayank and
Oh,
there's a
Redstone losing his
moment
car.
where
Manan gets a
but-
free position. Manan back in points.
Luckily for Manan, he just ghosted right in front of him. So no
Yeah, that
damage
was very
there.
lucky.
And Manan, who had spun earlier, is now back into the heat of battle. Malav now.
Oh, look at that. Mayank had a moment and Manan might get
Manan now
another
down the
position.
inside through the downhill braking zone. What a
Oh,
move
very
there
clean.
from-
Very clean. And Redstone goes into the back of Mayank. Does he have damage? Hopefully he does not.
We will
Oh my
find
god.
everything will tell now. Can you see his front
All right.
wing?
I don't think so. There's visible damage. But
Yeah,
Malav
yeah.
is now
Malav
within
now.
6/10 of.
And look at this,
Yeah.
the captain is just. Should Chips have started on softs because we saw the pace that he had, especially.
Yeah, he had a great advantage.
Oh,
there's a yellow
Redstone's
flag.
crash!
Oh, it's Redstone. No, no,
Oh,
no.
he's
Come
binned
on.
it. He's binned it on
Safety
this
car,
corner. You
it
can
is.
see
Captain
his
Inkle has
car.
pitted. Oh, the perfect time. My god. I did not see his
and-
pit entry.
and
Was
Chips
there a
and
pit
Malav
lane cut?
had- I don't know because I was trying to figure out when Redstone had crashed.
Alright,
but-
he's going on the medium tire, so he is betting that these will last for 21 laps. It's a big gamble. Can he do it though? Easy level bot and Ace going to the pits as well. And now Chipskima and Malav can't pit because they are right behind the safety car.
Yeah,
They just can't pit. If the
Yeah,
safety car
they
wasn't
wouldn't
out in
want to
front of
pit
them.
as well because this is the wrong time for the medium tire runners for safety car to
Yeah.
come out.
So Captain Inkle comes on P3. This is perfect for
Yes,
him.
but you remember last time around, last season, this was where Thakurwa was. This was the Thakurwa spot. And then the late safety cars that came out really messed up his race as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. You can never
And
tell.
so you would never know. There's still 21 laps left, and this is 21 interesting laps while Indy and Chucks. Oh my god, that was close between About Boy and Indy coming out of the pits. And oh, this is fun. A lot of guys are on hards as well behind. So for these
Yeah,
medium
yeah.
runners, they are gonna have to gap pretty fast. It has saved Quick Killer a bit because he has just gone on hards. You know, his teammates on mediums, and you would
Right.
think that the person who needed to push for was the person who had to overtake. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think Captain Hinkle could have gone on hards, to be honest, and
But
still
his tires,
get this
he might
position.
have good tire wear. You never know because yesterday Azul was able to take his tires from lap 7 till the end. His
Yeah,
medium tires.
meanwhile, it's bought easy level bought into the mix as well because he has pit. So he is now de facto second. Ace is third. Vintage Player is now fourth after
Yeah.
invalidating. Quick Killer is fifth. Manan is sixth after spinning.
Mayank 7th.
Mayank is seventh after spinning. And Smith Shah, after jumping the start, he has caught up with the grid now because of all of this. And
Yeah,
Chugs
he's still in the run
is
for points, some
actually
good
eighth
points.
now.
Yeah.
So that. Oh no.
Oh no.
Why did I have
Under
to?
the safety
Oh
car.
no.
Come
Why did I
on,
have to talk
Chugs.
about? Why did I have to speak?
Yep. But a lot
Who's
of drivers
pitting?
stand together on
Abhi
hards.
pits. Abhi pits. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I think
interesting.
so. I think so. What Abhi thought is there won't be any other safety cars after this one. And I mean, we did not have a safety car after the first 10 laps in the D1 race as well.
Yeah. It is
And
a
Abhi
bit.
going on hards.
Oh, Abhi's retired from the
Abhi
session.
retired from the session. What?
Oh, I think he had places to be then.
Okay.
That's why he's retired.
Alright.
Alright, that is weird. But anyway, three positions for everyone.
Yep, free position for sure. Especially for easy level bot now. Him and Captain Inkle are directly battling for the race lead.
Yeah, and meanwhile, a legend Rhino, this allows him a chance to pick as well. He's been at the back of the back. Why is
And
he
he's going on the medium tires. I think so his mediums will easily last.
Yeah,
He'll do exactly 20 laps on them. And 19 green.
There's going to be some fierce fighting right now because with Abhi gone, it removes the car buffer that Hinkle had on easy level bot.
Yeah, yeah. Inkle's not liking this one. I can tell you that.
Yeah, that is definitely a thing. And now just go back to the positions thing I said earlier and just bump everyone up a position yourselves, guys. Person. Should Indie Gamer have pit because he's 13th and he has 4 lap old mediums, so those are not making it to the end.
Yeah, he could have pitted on hards or even
He
mediums.
still, I think the
Started on
safety car
softs
in
if I
this lap,
right.
so he cannot pit now. So I think he
Indy
had a
started
really
on
good,
softs. He
had a
could have gone on the
really-
mediums again.
he had a really good sprint quali as well. So that is a bit of personal decision from my
I mean,
viewpoint, but
it's still a long race. You can never tell. 20 laps to go. Anything can happen. Safety car should be in this lap.
I think right now Quick Killer is
Legend
gonna,
Rhino is a bit far behind for the safety car to
I
be
think
in.
Quick Killer right now is the barrier that these guys will have to overcome. He's on hard, so starts will not be good for the start
Yeah, but
of this
now
race.
just
And
19
with
laps
how
or-
long the safety car is staying out, do you
Yeah.
think Quick Killer is starting to regret going on those hards?
I think so. Even if the safety car is out long, after lap 15 on those mediums, the drivers are going to struggle.
Yeah, but that's giving him lesser laps to make up positions because he's
Yeah,
going to be
definitely.
absolutely hounded right now by at least 5 cars behind him,
Yep,
4
yep.
cars behind him.
Only Sid
So-
Venkatesh is the one who has to pit between him and Captain Hinkle, Quick Killer and Captain Hinkle. So he still has 3 cars to overtake other than his teammate to go for that win.
Yeah. Meanwhile, up front, how would you deal with the situation right next with Chips? See a car, you're fighting for the race win here. He's on much fresher tires. I would try and hold him up as much as possible,
Yeah.
especially at the beginning of the stint, because you do have Malav behind you to sort of
Yeah.
do that same job. But if they let Hinkle go way too far ahead, when they make their way up the field again, they might not have the laps left to catch him
I
up.
think so. Vifix, Malav and Chip's team have to work together. If they work together and somehow keep Captain Hinkle behind them, they can go on to the softs at the end, and they might have a good chance with the pack. get separated.
Yeah, meanwhile, so everyone has caught up to the back now. It is a long safety car, this one.
Yep.
I think Legend Rhino is a good shot here of making up a lot of positions. But everyone ahead of him is on hards until in the game it was on 1 mediums as well.
I mean, anyone can score points. Realistically, every driver up here has a good chance to score points. Oh, I see Aston Martin spinning around. It's
which one? Oh my god, how has he done this?
He spun around in the safety car. I just saw it in the background.
That is that is an epic moment right there.
And because of that, drivers are confused.
Yeah, and there is collision as well. That is definitely reprimand. HVP, if you're watching this,
good and luck. Safety car is in the slap. HVP is definitely laughing or getting confused because he has to take decisions.
Yes. But anyway, that drama. So thanks, Manan, at least for giving us some entertainment talk while doing
there
that
was a bit of entertainment, but at
Chips, he has been really good at safety car results. He was pretty much at the front of all of them.
He likes to take it till the end, but Malav is very good at restarts as well. Look at him, he's so close.
And it's not like Australia where turn 1 isn't a very good overtaking opportunity. It's not narrow, it's very open to overtake. So if you get a bad launch,
turn 1 is the best overtaking opportunity on this track. Ooh, Chipskima and Malav getting so close.
I'm going to watch this from Malav's POV because then we'll know exactly where the leader is going to push, and he's gone. That was a... I'd say that was a good restart.
Captain Inkle is pushing. Captain Inkle might go for a move. He's just 1.5 tenths
because he has easy level bot to worry about as well. Malav now depends to the inside. Captain Inkle is going to start winding. Oh, no wing damage, thankfully, I think. Meanwhile, Vintage Player's gone all the way up to 6th. Oh, there's a spinner. Ace is spun around.
Oh no, the Ferrari has spun around. That's not ideal. He was
meanwhile, Manan gains a free position and the Oxida is first one to get the 3 seconds under green flags.
I see Aston Martin, Smith and Chucks. Oh my god.
Both of them
they tagged each other.
Yeah. Everyone just wants to be Sebastian Vettel right now.
Oh, Abdul Samad has spun around as well. I just noticed.
Everyone, it was a long safety car. So everyone's tires would not have been heated up and to go that aggressively.
Especially the hard turners.
Yeah, that was definitely. Although a lot of the guys who spun out on medium, so I'm not gonna say too much about that. But yeah, that was definitely an issue. Even if they're
already attacking Vintage, Quick Killer wants the positions already. Might attacking Quick Killer though. That's also another thing happening.
As I said, he is a bit of a sitting duck right now, and I think his best.
Give him 5 laps and he'll be one of the quickest.
I think his best bet right now is to just let these guys through, take their DRS, and then get them back when their tires start falling off. Meanwhile,
the boy! Oh no, is that a safety car? Hopefully not.
Oh, and Manan has. That's an unrelated. That's an unrelated spin. It just looks very funny, but that is an unrelated spin.
Is that a safety car? Yes, it is. I think so. Chipskima and Malav will be pitting.
And just came
Malav stays out. Malav stays out. Wow, that is very shocking. Sid Venkatesh goes into the pits.
Did Chipskima take the pit entry properly?
I did see him take the pit entry, but he did enter the pits. Pretty sure about that.
The way he took it, where he was on track, I have a bit of doubts because then why wouldn't Malav pit as well? He's Quick Killer.
No, I mean, if the pit entry has been cut, Malav will definitely report it. We know this guy. And we know Chipskima is a big threat for the championship. He was on the mediums, he can't go on the softs. He had no other option.
That is correct. This is not really Sid Venkatesh out on softs. I think he will pit now.
I think so Quick Killer must be the most annoyed person here because his hards, he knows that he's not going to be able to use them.
Would you pit right now even if you knew that you're going to lose positions, but you're probably going to lose all the positions anyway.
I see Sid Venkatesh and Abdul Samad on softs and I am confused. I'll be very honest. Those tires are not going till the end. Right now, pitting for the mediums is the best bet.
Maybe they just want to do some racing. You never know. Get higher positions. Bank on another safety car.
Yeah, I mean, we had a safety car within just 1 lap. So, I hope we don't have an Australia repeat where DRS went dead for 20 laps.
Hopefully not. But these are just. You can't really, these are all, no one's really crashing into each other. These are just, they're just driver errors. Oh, has Chuck spun? Yes, he has.
Yeah, Chugs has spun.
But he came back on track before Kalyan Verma could get that overtake
But he
done.
has. Oh, what's happening between the two of them? They're going on formation.
Oh,
Okay.
I think he did have to give him back the position anyway.
Yeah, he had to give him the position back. Did Chucks get a penalty for that? I don't think so. I think so they could.
I think that's
Chuck got it
just
just
let
another
me
3
just
seconds.
take a look at the penalty situation right
Yeah,
now. So
not many
Oxida is
though.
ace and Chugs
Yep.
have a 3 second. Legend has a 5, but I don't
Ace
know what that
as
5
well.
is for.
Manan is pitting. That is quite shocking. Is he going for another set of mediums?
Let me just look at the incidents table once just to figure out what's happening here. Oh, so that is for a collision with the safety car. I think a lot of guys got their 5 seconds removed because of
Yeah.
collisions under safety cars right now. So those won't be removed from their final race
Sid
time.
Venkatesh pitting again on the
Yeah,
medium.
so Sid had to
yeah,
pit because he was on softs.
he fulfilled his park for me.
Yeah, that
within
is
the
a
safety car.
classic page out of the
Azun
Azun
move.
CR7 book.
Yeah, that is
And Abdul
Azun's.
Samad didn't pit, so he's in one stack position.
Yeah, Abdul is going for it. Abdul doesn't care, and we are amazed as usual.
Yes. I think he will be making some moves up.
I mean, he had a great race in China before he ended up his race. He was having some great race engineering as well this last week
some
around.
brilliant advice in the party chat as well, I'll say.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty much everyone Smith shut down is now on fresh tires, which leads me to wonder why Smith hasn't pit because on 12 lap old mediums. Ooh, that. Now can Indy Gamer make it till the end?
Yeah, definitely.
He's cut
There's
3
no way he's
laps
not.
from his stint. Another 16, that would be still 24.
And
I think
from
it's
what I know,
probably-
Index tire wear is quite low, from what I've seen. So I think so he's quite safe.
And am I tripping? What did Legend Rhino pit from mediums onto softs?
He's a legend, and he's legend for a reason. I think so.
Manan, meanwhile, I don't know how he's still in the race, considering where he's spun as well.
Yeah, I mean he's spun around too many times now to be in the race. But
where
safety
he's
car
spun
is
as
in
well.
this
Those are
lap.
all like big crash zones, big DNF zones.
Ooh, Captain Nikhil and Malav going side by side, reminiscent of Abu
Malav's
Dhabi.
Now Manav's turn. Is he going to do the meme thing and just pit as soon as the safety car comes in?
That would be quite funny, and I think so that will unsettle Captain Nikhil. If that does happen.
I
just
don't
hope
know,
Captain Nikhil does not
the
go into the
answer
pits.
to that question, Thakur, because we don't know. I genuinely don't know about that. There is a lot of demand.
Thakur, just hope for the best.
Yeah,
and you
just
might
hope for
get
the
one.
best. Expect the worst.
Alright, let's go on board with Captain Nikhil to watch Malav's safety car restart. Has he gone for it? Yes, he has gone for it. Captain Nikhil now using his ERS.
Oh, look at that! He's
Easy level
helmet
mode.
side, but he's timed to perfection, hasn't he? Because he did not overtake him. Pass, start, finish line.
Oh no, Malav is under attack.
Vintage
Malav looked so late. Oh, Malav just went wide. Malav did break on time.
Why would he enter the track like that? I don't
No
understand.
idea. Vintage Play has taken the lead out of nowhere. What a restart. Mayank and Captain easy level bot going for it. Mayank has to back out.
And now
back out
Vintage from last. I gave you the Hamilton analogy. He leads.
Malav is
The
back
very-
up in P50.
And he is reunited
Oh,
with
no.
Manan now, so maybe he just wanted to drive with Manan.
Wait,
And
what
he's on
happened to
those-
Quick Killer? Quick Killer is P17.
Oh, quick killer pit for medium.
Oh, he pit. Okay, that is a bit.
So now
Late.
not only has Malav lost the lead, but he's now on 13th lap old medium, and he needs to pit as well because he hasn't
Yeah,
pit.
so the top four have the same tires right now.
And
all
now
5
look
lap
at
old
this. Look at
mediums.
this. I fear the Hamilton analogy might be too correct because look at the gap Vintage players pulled out last to
Yup,
first. He
yup.
chipped away at it, and now.
I mean, he won in
depths-
Bahrain last time around. Can he do it again?
Yeah,
He's
and
the
now I
perfect
think
spot
if
for
you're a
that.
hard tire runner, it's going to be very tough for you to make up the places as well because
Captain going wide, he wants that 1 second.
Because it does say 5 laps of wear, but it's like literally like 2 sectors of wear before this. You just have to -5 from this tire wear graphic
Yup.
because we had that many laps in the
I
safety
don't
car.
understand Malav's braking, I'll be very honest. How
I
he
don't-
broke it to the first corner.
I don't know. The braking was fine, but why would you try to rejoin the track when there's a car literally on the
Yup.
side? You should have just waited a couple more.
As Sir Lance Stroll said in 2019 Monza, he came back onto the track like an idiot.
Yeah, that is just. Oh, meanwhile, Abdul Samad. I told you he was making moves and
Oh no! I mean, I've seen too many Aston Martins spinning around at this point. I just
Oh,
feel bad for the team.
classic side pods there. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
Chips and Mayank trying to go and I think Aston Martin need to make a Spinala award for them for this
you know
race.
what?
They are
Prefix,
creeping into the double digits.
Chips might be having a great chance at the end of the race to go for it.
Yes, and you
The
can see
mediums will
Vintage
definitely be
was
gone
really
a
quick
bit.
at the start, but now Hinkle's trying to reel him
Yeah,
back
at
in.
easy level, bot is not able to keep up.
Yeah, as long
That's
as
the state
Chips
of
can get these two right now, and if he has a solid 6-7 laps to catch up to the other guys,
Yep.
it will be an interesting one. But as I was saying, we need to have some sort of special Spinala award for these Aston Martin boys because they are creeping into double digits now. They are close to creeping into double digits at
I
this
just feel
point.
bad for the team at this point. But yeah, look at that Captain Nickel edging on the DRS. He is nearly there with the DRS.
1.09. Oh, I think it's just missed. It's just missed.
Yeah, but
I
he
think.
won't get DRS even if he was within 1 second
Yeah,
because
but
DRS will be enabled now.
yeah, but now he will get DRS because I think he is running lesser downforce than Vintage. You can see from the straight. Either that
I
or
think
he's
it is
burning
quite
up more battery.
equivalent. It's not that much.
I
Battery,
feel
I'll
like
say it's quite equal. So
yeah, and Mayank now trying to go around the. Someone was really been said, but this is Mayank championship leader. Ooh, he has a moment. He almost clatters into the side. Obviously,
I don't like
Mayank
that.
going off track to
it's
do the
rewind.
Easy now. Chips.
Oh, Chips
Mayank,
keeper might
Chips.
go for it.
Oh, and they've all come out. That corner has very deceptive traction. So the fact they've all made it is very,
the
very
battle
special.
was beautiful.
That's
That's all I have
brilliant
to
move
say.
from Mayank. He was given exactly a car's width and he's utilized. He kept tires on the track. He did not go all 4 tires off the track. So that is a legal maneuver. It is very, 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 very good.
Yep, absolutely legal. And now Chips Keeper knows that just 2 or 3 more laps and those hearts will start running really well.
And
it's just these
he needs
first
to
4-5
get this
laps.
move done on Mayank though because he's seeing that gap go up to upwards of 3 seconds soon.
Yeah.
At the rate it's going, and he knows that he has to. Meanwhile, if Hinkle and Vintage fight, which I don't think they should right now, they should wait until they've built a decent gap to Mayank in third, so Chips can't catch them up late on.
I mean, they have a decent gap. It's one of the bigger
Abdul
ones.
Samad watch, he's now challenging P7. And if I tell you, we're doubting it. If there's another safety car, this is an absolute masterclass.
Is Captain Nickel close enough for a move though, or is Chip Schema going for it already? Yes, Chip Schema is gonna go for it on Mayank. It's gonna be an easy one way before the breaking point. Yep,
But
he gets it done beautifully.
Have to focus on how he's gonna exit this corner here to try and come back at him. Chips does leave all the room in the world. Mayank though got a bit stranded, but easy level got a bad exit as well, so no real threat from him there. Meanwhile, Manan has overtaken Kalyan Verma. Ooh, there's some interesting driving there.
Yeah, Kalyan might come back, or is Legit Trido going for it? Legit Trido and Kalyan going for it.
Oh
no, Legit!
Oh no!
Oh, the door was shut on him.
3 into 1 does not go in Formula 1. And we've seen the first example of that. Meanwhile, Malav still has
Kalyan Verma's DRS is continuously on the overtake. Is his overtake button stuck or has he just forgotten it? I'm a bit concerned.
I don't know how he's making it through this sector too. If his DRS is stuck.
Oh my god, he's struggling so much.
Look at how close Hinkle is now against. And when Chips Schema is starting to, he's not lost as much.
But Captain Hinkle is losing a bit of downforce being that close to Vintage.
But look at how close he's following him.
Yeah, Vintage must see Captain. No! Vintage breaks! Vintage broke on the straight! No way!
I think it's a bit too early for things like that. Wouldn't you say, Gupta? There's 12 laps left.
Yeah, Vintage has to take it easy. That shouldn't be happening. I'll be very honest.
But even if you were gonna try to do it, why are you doing it now? It's 11 laps left.
Yeah, but braking on the straight is not allowed and not right. So guys, don't do it. Just don't do it.
Braking straight people is not allowed.
Oh, Captain he's losing it, but he's got it.
But now he's gonna be under threat from Chips. This is gonna make Chips' job so much easier.
Yep.
All he has to do is now worry about Vintage player ahead, and they break into the
Captain's
turn.
still fighting him. Captain
Hinkle's
wants that
not
position.
gonna have the tire times to keep up with that for now.
That's a big issue right now.
And now Chip Schema sees it right ahead. No one ahead of him now.
But Chip Schema is out of ERS already. His red light was blinking.
I think he needs to really start conserving now. But I think the same is the case with Vintage. Ooh, he almost loses the car there as well. So his tires are maybe starting to struggle. He's lost half a second on this at 6 tenths.
Yeah.
It's close to 7 tenths now, to be honest.
Yep. Oh, look at Chugs and Abdul Samad. Is Chugs going for a move though?
No, and
No,
Abdul
he stays
Samad,
behind.
if a safety car comes out now, this man is a genius. He's
Yup,
gonna
yup.
mug. And look at how much the gap has come down.
Yeah, it's 7 tenths in just 1.5 seconds if I'm right.
And Indy gets
Indy,
3
oh
seconds.
no, 3 seconds.
He's been driving with those monsters, and Malav still hasn't been, so I just don't understand that at this point.
Malav hasn't pit, so Smith Shah hasn't pit either. Both the Shahs going for a very different strategy. That's for sure. Now will Captain go for a move? Chip scheme out of ERS.
I think if I was Captain Hinkle, I would not overtake Chip Steamer right now, because you see that he might be, even if you're faster than him, it's going negligible amount at this point. And the goal is to try and get peak 1. Meanwhile, Malav
Captain
finally
can conserve his ERS as long as possible.
And Abdul Samad goes and overtakes Indy Gamer now. And Abdul Samad, will it work? Because you remember he was like 14, so as long as
look at that Indik is very close. Oh my god, he moved up so late.
But it's still the block pass, and that's gonna allow Chugs all the way on the outside, but he's gonna run out of the room. But yeah, Gupta is saying he was 14th. So as long as he doesn't finish below 14th, it's a successful strategy. You don't if you lose positions now, as long as he gets better than what he was before, it's worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. It is definitely worth it. And I mean, I am looking forward to the battle between Chip Schema and Captain Hinkle, because it's coming soon. It's coming really soon.
Yeah, and I think Captain Smart, though I definitely think he would have pulled the trigger. But you see, especially in this last sector, that Vintage has lost some time.
Oh, Kalyan Burman, Legend Rhino, they are going very close to each other. Kalyan being a bit impatient.
I see that light blinking on Kalyan, so he's not going to have a lot of fun. You can see off of corner exits now.
I think so. Kalyan's ERS is just stuck.
Are now faster than the mediums.
I think so. Kalyan's ERS button is stuck. Perfect. I have not seen him go off the overtake ever. So yeah. Captain Hinkle now.
And you can see that
Captain Hinkle is going for the move on Chip Schema.
That's clean.
No, there was still a bit contact, and now he's vulnerable to Mayank, who is vulnerable to easy level bot. What is happening?
And you can see that Chip Schema has the confidence now on corner exits, which probably means that the hards are now the better tire at this point.
It's equal. I won't say the better yet.
Chugs and Fams goes down the inside. And now if the mediums are better than the soft, because Abdul's finally losing places, that probably means that soon enough the hards are going to be better than the mediums.
Yep, it's
logic.
But Chips is not gaining on vintage player, which is a big problem.
No, that was, I think it was on this lap, which was, he got unsettled by Hinkle trying to overtake him. But we saw that the gap had come down for the first time in a long time, below 2 seconds.
But if you go on board with Captain Hinkle, he just has he literally has a Tesla supercharger in that car, Haas right now. He has too much battery. I think so he's conserving it, he's thinking of the long game. Because he knows that he's got the pace on vintage
player. It's going to play out in the next few... For Fadlasun and Manan on sit down the inside, very nice move. And let me just watch Kalyan Verma take this one. So I don't know how he's doing this while using all of his battery.
Yeah. I mean, I think his overtake is definitely stuck. No one keeps it on through that section.
I wouldn't even bother defending right now if I was these two Chips and Hinkle. I just keep
Captain Hinkle is now pushing. He's gaining. He knows that he has got the run on the Merc driver, and he is up ahead.
Smart from Chip's team. He's not really defending it because he knows that they've gained so much time on Vintage player by doing this.
Yep, absolutely. But Chips now might have a chance to attack Captain Hinkle. Yes, he does. He's very close to Captain.
But look at that gap coming down because of all of this. The RSing bit of slight contact, and Chips does get that move done, and they lost.
Vintage is enjoying that battle. Vintage
loves it. Zero. In fact, they've gained a 10th despite battling. That just goes to show how OP DRS is.
Yeah, it is.
And Kalyan Verma has now overtaken Manan despite having his ERS on at all times. So that is absolute.
I think the Manan might have made a mistake because he lost 2 positions.
Legend Rhino. I have to give this man credit because he went from mediums to softs, and he is currently occupying that last point scoring position. It's very impressive.
Yes, he is. Quickler and Malo, it's going to play out between the two of them very soon. 9 seconds the gap. They are battling each other as
Malo
well.
is on softs as well, so I think the sandbags bet is gonna start
Alright, okay. Ripifix, tell me, if you were Captain Hinkle right now, what would you do in that current position?
I try and work out some sort of like telepathic communication with Chip Schema that just allows them to close using the power of DRS, but not battling until they catch up to win display, of course.
Alright, it will Captain Hinkle go 3-on-3 against Chip Schema. I think so, he is going for it. Yes, he is.
He's a little bit from P5.
That is shocking. Does he have damage? I'll check on it. You look into the moves. He does not have any damage. He's going for the softs.
Did he start on the mediums?
I have to check.
I definitely thought he was on the softs, but yeah, this is so smart. Like, look at that. That guy's come down half a second.
Yep.
Oh, what's happened here? What's happened here? Chucks a spun. Oh no.
No.
Which is up to Samad is now up to 6. Legit Rhino is 7.
Oh
that
my
is just.
These are legends.
Look at this. They've got up half a second to to vintage play. This is such smart game planning here. That is called race IQ, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, look at Captain Hinkle though. He was way faster than Chip Schema because, I mean, the gap is now going down all of a sudden.
But look at it. It's so clever. Like, I have to give them that. It's so clever because they know that when tire life is equal, there's this DRS thing, which is the great big differentiator.
Look at Captain Hinkle. He has nearly gained a second on vintage play after making an overtake as well.
And now I think they're going to repay the favor, because if they do it again, they'll be right at his rear.
Yeah, they'll definitely be right at his rear. Captain Hinkle nearly penetrating into vintage players' DRS as well. Just doesn't have it. He's running his battery down. So is Chip Schema, but Chip Schema is definitely
Meanwhile, Manan is now actually, he is closing out to Kalyan Verma, but the fact that Kalyan Verma has been able to keep that car on running. Track.
Yep. Chugs is finally putting.
Yeah, they are within a second of vintage player now. What a big brain moment from Hinkle and Chima.
Yeah. Alright, Chip Schema and Captain Hinkle now attacking vintage player.
That also allowed them to gap Mayank as well.
Yeah,
but
hopefully we don't see any straight line breaking.
Because you see that vintage is kind of struggling for pace right now. Who's spun? It's Manan. It's pin number 8 for Aston Martin.
Okay, guys, don't make it 10. Just don't make it 10. We love you guys. Just don't make it 10.
And now,
that's all I want from you lot.
Now,
quickly into the points, by the way.
Less than a second separates the top 3. And you can see
not keeping up, quite shocking.
One more advantage of Hinkle and Chips doing this with their DRS was that they would have to use lesser of their tire as well.
Yeah.
I would be a bit missed, honestly, if I was witness that this level of cooperation is happening.
Vintage can't break this time around the way it did last time. Because, that would just make it easier for Captain Hinkle to overtake him.
Yeah, and that it's a three-way battle now. If you remember in F1 Esports when Nicholas Longway tried doing that on Jarno Opera, and because of that he ended up not only just losing the race win, but then he ended up finishing like 4th because he broke like way too early and then ended up losing every single position behind as well.
Captain Hinkle not having a good turn one.
And now Chips is going to be on the charge, but everyone has DRS on everyone now, so I think they still need to close up a bit to vintage. And you can see that Chips is really not going for it. And easy level.
Meanwhile, easy level and quick killer. Easy level gets the move done.
And in a couple of laps, Manan and Malav will be united as Malav
Indy Gamer has other plans. Sorry.
And meanwhile, Abdul Samad, Legit Rhino, shout out. They are on very warm sauce at this point. And you look at this gap for Legit Rhino. Like, the points, it's what? Is it 7 seconds? So if he can mug points, it's a very good strategy.
If he gets points, that would be absolutely amazing. I mean, for Mayank right now, all he needs to hope for.
And now the top 3 are below a second yet again. This is just.
Yeah. They have been driving really well. The 3 of them specifically.
Yeah, aside from that break moment.
Yeah, that was not something that I was expecting, but still. Now, but look at Captain Hinkle.
Chuck is lost it.
Chuck is retired. Is that a safety car? This is going to be amazing for Abdul and Legend. Abdul and Legend. Okay, let's look at the top runners. No one is pitting. Yep.
Yeah, you cannot pit now. It's too.
Is Mayank pitting? Mayank is pitting. Mayank is pitting.
And I think that's because Ace is going to be pitting as well. You know that Mayank and Ace have that connection. And
Ace is pitting, yep.
Is Abdul
I
Samad
think
going to
this
pitch?
is Suraj.
Abdul
Suraj
Samad.
finally calling out for the pit.
Abdul Samad, you legend!
And legend Rhino as well.
What
these
legends.
are two absolutely amazing timers. This is so good. They
We are
called
still
it. They knew it was going to happen.
DRS. We are going to have DRS on the last
Vivek, it's a repeat of the last season's race.
And easy level bot on soft tires.
Legend Rhino was driving with a broken front wing, just for information.
Oh my god,
good
makes
is
it
he?
even more impressive.
That's
and
really
easy
impressive.
level bot P4, my Ace is a 7 or 8 car fight now for the win.
Ooh, yeah, easy level bot and Mayank are gonna be on it.
If Aston Martin managed,
the top three stars are shot.
If Aston Martin managed to mug a podium despite spinning 8 times at this point,
it would be really impressive. But Vivek, it's very similar to last season's first race at Bahrain. The race leader who was leading for majority of the race and was doing a great job. At that point, it was Takuro with a 17-second lead. This time, it wasn't a 17-second lead, but Vintage did enjoy a good chunk of the lead.
Though I did hope to have Chips and Captain Hinkle on party chat because I wanted to talk to them about their cooperation. That probably wins the Big Brain Move of the Year award if you have something like that. Right? That is front runner.
Yeah, but we know those softs are very OP, especially with just 5 or 6 laps of racing. It is too good.
This is now sprint race part 2. Time for some of these guys. And you remember how good Mayank was in that first sprint race.
It's shorter than the sprint race, Vivek, to be exact.
We are gonna have DRS on the last lap.
Only for 2 DRS because we won't have DRS on the main straight. Even
that's gonna be even crazier, even crazier. But the top 3 were really stuck when they couldn't pit because if they'd pit, then nobody else would have.
I mean, the championship leader looking forward to another podium finish. He has finished on the podium in the first 2 races. He might get it again.
You never know. But yes, I'd say very smart. Everyone, take about this whole race has really been filled with very smart strategies.
Yeah.
And then there's been Aston Martin and Nolan.
I mean, if they score points, even one car score points, I'll be impressed. The fact that they're still in the race is very impressive after spinning that many times.
I want Legit Rhino to score these points. The fact that he was even willing to try
Abdul Samad as well, both of them.
It was such a risky strategy, but they played the risk because they know that it's a chance to get points. Some things are happening, and we always like drivers who try and go out of the box a bit, and then they make it work as well. You don't want every race to turn into it's Bahrain, so I'm gonna go mediums to hards.
Well, Malav losing all his bets tonight from the looks of it.
Yeah,
Quick Killer also losing one of it.
And look at what I said. Ace was nowhere on lap 1, and Quick Killer was on the front row. But now it would be very impressive if Quick Killer
Captain Hinkle was P8 and he was P3 at the exit of turn 2. He had the best start and he has been up there in the top with Chip Schema, the two of them throughout from the beginning. Vintage got that amazing safety car restart, and then after that he has kept it sailing cleanly.
On lap 8, Mayank had spun. He is now the farthest up on completely fresh soft tires.
Yeah. Easy level bot's tires are a bit done, but we know easy level bot is not that slow that 3 laps of wear will stop him.
And are those 3 laps of wear when he went onto the softs during the safety car and then just switched it again, so it might not even be wear.
No. He went on the softs before the safety car had even come out. 2 laps before the safety car had come out. So
it's negligible. And
2 laps of green flag racing.
These 3 guys as barriers between him and Mayank.
It's pretty much tires that you start on a race
because in this lap, so we're gonna see on the last lap, the last 2 sections. It's impossible for the safety car to come out now from this point onwards. We go on board with Captain Hinkle to see where Vintage pulls the plug.
It's 9 sectors of green flag racing that I am really excited about. This is going to be fun.
The butterflies are tingling now.
Yep.
It's gonna be
Captain Hinkle is getting excited. He's going nearly side by side. I hope the tires are warmed up. The top 3 definitely need them.
And of course with the tire warm up again, we saw a lot of spinners in the last safety car because tires were not warmed up and everyone's going for it. He's gone for it. Chips. He's got such a good better start, but he's had to wait, and that's gonna allow Easy Level to come at them.
Oh, look at Easy Level. He is on the inside line.
Easy Level knows
also looking into it.
Tires are gonna play out. He goes scrapes through. Is he gonna get that? Is a brilliant
Oh my god.
And
Mayank also
now
gets Captain Inkle now. Mayank is up to P4. Can Easy Level Bot go up to P2? No, he has to stay just a bit behind Chip Schema. And this has to be used by Vintage Player. He has to run away as far ahead as possible now.
oh,
Oh, there's a yellow flag.
it's Aston Martin again. It's Aston Martin again. It's 9. It's 9. We are up to 9.
Oh, okay. Guys, not even a single more. Do not. Please do not. Legend right up to P9 by the way. He's 8 points and he's well into them as well.
Yeah,
Ace meanwhile is
I feel so bad for Captain Hinkle. He's at such good pace, but now he's really getting stood out on strategy. That's Abdul
There's so
Samad.
many things happening. Bifix up behind Ending Gamer and gone really wide. But now Quick Kill is going on Sid Venkatesh. Will he go for it? He stays
I think
behind.
Vintage Player will be hoping against hope that Chip's team are managed to hold Easy Level for another lap, because if you give him 2 laps on fresh softs, he's probably gonna get this
gets
move
another
done.
3
Legend
seconds.
Rhinos crashed!
Oh
He's far out, no!
Oh, come on. He
So
was
many
doing
people's
so
sentimental favorite here.
Alright, now will Chip Schema attack Vintage Player or will he just try to defend from Easy
Is he
Level
gonna
Bot?
use Easy Level Bot to try and overtake? Because Easy Level's got Mayank behind him as well, so he cannot risk everything.
Yeah. The top 4 are just a bit too close for comfort.
Yeah, nobody can pull the pin here, and nobody wants to overtake down turn 1 generally anyway, because it's such an easy chance to get that position back. Verma
Easy Level Bot has to take advantage of the corners, to be honest. He is not able to do it.
Even Chips is faster than Vintage Player actually at this point, because those guys are very Monson. Chips is if he had to make a move, Smith has retired in the pits.
Okay, it's in the pits. It's in the pits. Just don't leave the session.
We are on
just
that
5 sectors.
Because we would have to take the results from here, and that would not be good. Ace is round.
Oh no! And there's Abdul Samad as well.
No, 2 people with such good strategies, and so is Oxidized as well.
Now up to P8 after being dead last at the end of the safety car.
Still losing the wager though. So let's see now. He Chips Vintage. He cannot do the braking thing here because he will lose 4 positions, and he has the worst tires of anyone.
Quick killer
now on Hinkle. I think that was a discussed move.
Yeah, that was very strategic.
Pretty good from Hinkle to still keep it P6. He most probably will lose a couple of positions on this last lap when the DRS gets activated. But
Vintage Player now under attack. This is very.
Can you call it? Will you call it? Who's gonna cross the line first, Gupta? Next time around when we are here.
I have no idea. Why are you going for it on the inside?
Of Easy Level Bot. What an opportunistic move!
Is that a race winning move? Is that a race winning move?
Or is this the race winning move? Chips Teamer, Vintage Player. Vintage is already blinking. In 3 laps, he's used up so much ERS. Chips goes down the outside. He will not go for the move here. Will Mayank, Easy Level Bot's gone back at him. And now, because of their infighting here, it's really allowing these guys.
Quick Killer has joined them.
And now Chips versus Vintage for the lead. Chips kills on the inside. He has completed the move. Oh my god.
He has done it. Oh, but he gets a very bad exit. Mayank now up to P3 is on Vintage Player. He wants that move. You can see that he wants that move. He wants to chase Chips Team.
He sees the light blinking as well. But has Chips Team pulled an absolute masterclass?
Yep. If he wins this, he's gonna get 30 points tonight, and that's a lot of points. You won the sprint race. Can you win the main event as well?
Down the inside, Quick Killer. That's an absolute send and a half. Oh
but
my god.
He still loses it. Mayank, look at Mayank and Vintage. That is so close. They're side by side. Going into the uphill corner. Mayank breaks very late. Can he get the move? Is he up to P2?
They go side by side again. Now Easy Level was gonna try again. The 3 wide almost down. They go right. Quick Killer now. Down the inside. Oh, this is... I cannot call it. But Chips Team is gonna win. He has pulled off an absolute masterclass at Vintage. He's holding everyone and them. And now we look to Chips Team on the last lap. What a masterclass. We have Mayank overtaking. He's down the inside. He's Quick Killer.
Mayank is P2. 50. Look at P2 to P4. 50, 59. Oh my god.
What a man, Chips Team. He masterminded it. Despite not being on softs.
Yeah, on the hard tires. Wow,
fair play, guys, and they kept it very clean as well. I thought there was something gonna be happening. We would be interviewing Sid Venkatesh or something like that, but no.
The fact that no one spun out from the top 5.
Malav would get another illegitimate podium, but no, that has not been the case. Great racing.
Wow, I'm out of words, Vifix. I'll be very honest. I'm just out of
I've
words.
almost died just talking about the legend Dino driver of the day. I mean, I wouldn't be
P2 to
against it.
P4
Allow it,
finished within a tenth. P2 to P2 to P5, I mean.
Oh
Not
my
even 4.
goodness me. Oh my goodness me.
Just
Mamma
look at the
mia.
gaps. Let's just look at the gaps from Mayank onwards. Vintage players onwards.
It is less than 8-10. And I thought Quick Killer was going to get a podium there. He had the best exit,
Yeah,
but
he
Easy Level
got
Bot
a
took
beautiful exit.
But Easy Level Bot, I think, just managed to nip into Vintage's slipstream by enough.
You know the race at Australia, I'd never seen something like that when a leader from 30 seconds ahead could not win the race. And even this race, where cars can finish that close to each other.
Yeah, that is... Ooh, I need a breather. But anyway, finishing order. Chips first. Mayank second, Vintage third. If I told you that Chips was first from first, you would think it was a very boring race. Anything but. Mayank second, Vintage third, Easy Level Bot fourth, Quick Killer fifth, Sid Venkatesh 6th from 17th. You can beat me 7th. Captain Inkle 8th. Salutations for him because he really deserved a better result the way he was driving. Kalyan Verma, despite having this ERS on the entire race, finishes 9th. Legend Rhino kills the points. What a mad lad. What a good strategy. Indie Gamer P11. Manan 12th. Abdul Samad 13th. Unfortunate for him. Oxidized 14th. Ace 15th. Smith Shah 16th. Chucksman 17th, and that is the last finisher was Smith Shah. I think these guys didn't make it through to the last lap, but they did 90% of the race from Abdul Samad downwards. And Aston Martin did not spin 10 times this race. So, victory.
But what a race! What a finish! I just can't.
Yeah, you just sometimes you lose faith in league racing, and then things like that happen. It really feels so nice.
Yeah. I just feel bad for Captain because he was up there throughout, but apart from that, it was just brilliant.
Brilliant. So I think we need to start with that podium interviews. I think Vintage was third at the end.
Yep, and Vintage has joined us as well. We're just waiting on Mayank and Chip Schema. Hopefully they join us very soon. Yep, Mayank has already joined. So I think so. We should start with Vintage and just wait for Chip Schema. He should be here very soon as well.
Yeah, Vintage, just make sure guys that your audio sharing is on before this interviews begin, and take a bit of a breather as well. You don't have to answer immediately. Just take like 2 minutes to calm yourself down.
It's very understandable.
Yeah,
we were not able to breathe and we were just talking on this race. You were racing.
Alright, so Chips is now here. Alright, so I'll start now with P3 Vintage player. And how many years of your life has those last 3 laps taken out of you? Just please answer that, because that was some of the most fun league racing I've seen, and there was like marginal contact and no one really spun out or crashed, which you always love to see in a battle. So just give us your thoughts on just your entire race, but your like also those last few laps.
Hi guys, congratulations Chips and Mayank. That was a very close finish. Actually my qualifying, I don't know what happened, how I messed it up, but it was on for pole, and from then on it was just a disaster story in the sprint, starting last, covering up, and then again breaking the wing in between the sprint. And the race, I think you've watched enough, I can't say anything about it. There's nothing that I could do, I was just a sitting duck there. But anything that I got above P5 was a bonus for me, considering I started last, so I'll take it happily.
Very well done. And Gupta, if you want to ask him anything.
Yep, so Vintage, Bahrain, I think it must be your favorite track at this point. You won the race last time around and a podium this time around as well. So it's a long season, we all know 18 races. What are you looking in terms of the championship? You know you are one of the fastest ones here in Tier 2. So yeah.
So actually I am very good at Bahrain, but it's not my favorite track. I think Singapore is more like my favorite track.
Ooh, I love that. I love Singapore too. good choice.
Not as fast as I am in Bahrain, but yeah, I mean I should be top 3 in the championship. If I'm not, I'll be surprised. But I think Chips will make it really hard this season.
Right, but great race, Vintage.
Yeah.
And, speaking of the championship, we now move on to the championship leaders. Mayank, It seems like I have to keep talking to you every day now. This is becoming a daily occurrence. But at a point, you had spun in the first 10 laps. I forget which lap it was. Did you think that this would be possible? And how close were you to not finish, even being on the podium, much less second?
Very close. Too close. So, to begin with, the spin you were saying about, yes, I mean, I went for it. I think that my mistake. So there was not enough space, and I think Ace was there in front. So yeah, I mean, he took the racing line, and there was no real gap there. And I just tried my luck; it didn't work out. Sorry. So yeah, from there on, I mean, the only hope was safety car. And for me, in this particular race, it came at the very right time when I think these top three guys were battling, and the gap between me and I don't know who was the P3 then, that kept on increasing to 2 seconds and 3 seconds, and I was just hoping that safety car comes, and it came at the very right time. And I think none of the top guys pitted. So, I mean, once I was in the softs, and I knew there would be like 3-lap intense race, I thought I have a chance. I really thought I have a chance. And by 0.015, these gaps are like crazy. You know, last race it was like 0.055, now it's 0.015. I don't know what's happening. It's too close. And the only good part is it's good racing, intense racing, and that's appreciated. And Chip Schema, congrats to him and Vintage for being on the podium.
Yes, what's happening is this is what happens when Netflix writes the season script. We paid a lot of money to them. So yeah. Anyway, though, Gupta.
Let me add a little bit more drama. I actually finished second. The game glitched.
Ooh, that is that we will have to look. Okay. This is the first time I think we'll have to look back at the footage of the race finish.
Even if
good luck HVP. Good luck HVP.
Good luck HVP. That's all we have to say to HVP. But I have this thing to ask to Mayank. You have been very consistent in the beginning of the season, 3 podiums, 3 races. And another thing, you are not the leader right now because Chip Skiva has gained 30 points to it just because of the sprint format. So you will be just trailing him by 2 points. It's very close between you and Chips. Are you going for the championship? We know how consistent you can be. Do you have this championship in your mind?
I mean, as I said, let's take it race by race, and I mean the motto is to race hard, race fair, and hope for the safety car comes for your fortune. So that's what I do, and so far it's happening well, and I'm enjoying my racing time right at the moment. So that's what I want.
And definitely. And one more thing, when you were crossing the line, did you have any idea where you were gonna finish?
I have no idea. I mean, I just knew that vintage light was blinking. That's it. That was when I got the DRS, and he was like right in front. I just wanted the ghosting to be on in the next session.
Right. But yeah, great race, Mayank. Another consistent result. But yeah, Vivix, let's move on to the race winner.
Yeah, let's give these guys some air to breathe as they go. And then, speaking of air, we come to Chips. I really don't know what to say. 30 points, masterclass of the weekend. Definitely the fact that you won this race, especially because when you're not on the advantageous tire, but you still managed to manipulate the situation behind to the point where you can still win. That is brilliant race management, and there was brilliant race management with Captain Hinkle as well, not fighting him to get the to close up the second gap up to Vintage. That was very smart race management. So just take us through your entire race.
To be very honest, I thought I'd finish somewhere like P9, P10 because approaching turn 1 on the formation lap, I realized that I'd forgotten to load my setup. The car felt extremely bad, and I don't know how I've managed to. I'm actually in a state of shock right now because I don't know what's just happened. To be very honest, I'm at a loss for words. To be very honest. I don't know. I did realize that on the default setup, the preset 3. I was having more tire wear than I usually do, so I just decided to go for a medium to hard. I did not expect that I'll be quick on the softs at all. And that's why at the end, I believe when it was vintage, Hinkle and the two of them were ahead of me. They didn't pit. I stayed out as well. And to be very honest, I don't know, I played it safe. And I'll say props to Vintage. It's good to battle with him. Always good to battle with him. And this time I'm happy to share the podium. Because last time out in China, it was not the case. And also, I think that's it.
I think your race IQ management is what really separated you from the pack despite the default setup. But Gupta, do you just want to ask him anything?
Well, he's already out of words, but he has won 2 races in a row, China and now Bahrain. So, you've pretty much won every single race that you have finished. Are you also building up on that championship, and are you looking forward to actually break the record of most consecutive wins in LOS? Because right now Hushrav holds it, 3 races in a row.
I think to be very honest, I'll take it race by race. I don't think I can maintain this pace consistently over races, so I'll be taking it race by race.
And did you like the sprint format?
Yes. I did.
And he gave him 5 extra points.
I'm a bit biased here, but I think I did like it.
Even is absolutely loving this one. But great race, Chip Schema, and congrats on the win.
Yeah, thank you.
And with that, once again, congrats to all our podium sitters. And that does it for round 3 of season 2 here in Bahrain. The first one with sprint quali. It will be back later for Silverstone in some time though, that is. But in terms of what's gonna happen next week, we are going to the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia. Don't worry, this one will be televised, out broadcasted, I must say, I should say. And that is next week, same time, T1 on Fridays and T2 on Saturdays. So with that, I think I'll thank you Gupta for being the comms guy today, and thanks to Smith for setting up the lobby without any hitches. Unlike yesterday. But anyways, with that, I think we should say good night. Stay safe, everyone. Kalma, and that is that.